Slowly but surely, we're getting there. 5 days, 11 hours left until Toshiro is gone, and we are then introduced to the next set of characters. And obviously, to what we're going off with, it is going to be elevating the thrust element, aka with the introduction of Gin and Rangiku, of course. Now, with all of that, as there was no planned stream, unfortunate, and I think we're still kind of waiting on them to give us any type of hint on what's to come. With just days away, there's not even any patch notes, but I did say that either tomorrow or Monday we should get some news on what actually is going down. We actually do have a little bit of look at Gin in terms of his kit. Yeah, now obviously when we do look at the kit, nothing's final, things can change. But for right now, this is going to give us an idea on what we're working with, because in terms of where the thrust element is at right now, you know, Tozen is still going to be the battlefield carrier. The other two SR boys, well, they can kind of stay put. And then of course when it comes to the full set, you know, we're going to get our support, although Urahara is also already a support, as well as if Gin is coming in as a DPS, where does that put Ikaku? So things to question, but we need to analyze and realize on what Gin is doing within his kit. So without further ado, we're going to look at his kit. Again, take it with a grain of salt, things can change, but the idea of the DOT play that he's applying, that is, I guess, more of a guarantee. So right, let's go check it out. So huge thank you to Alpix, of course, the French content creator for Bleach. So again, if you are a French player, make sure to check homie out, of course, blessing the community by giving us the information ahead of time in terms of giving us an idea of what game we'll be doing. So huge shout out to homie. I did see it all kind of break out, but I was like, I kind of want to sleep, so I was like, I'm gonna sleep first and then we'll look into him. So alright, so we'll start things off with dodge. So obviously when you avoid the enemy, and I believe if you is that perfect dodge, you will put the enemy in a time freeze for 1.5 seconds. Okay, doesn't that always happen for every character? It does. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking, oh my god, that's brand new. No, it's not. Whenever you do a perfect dodge, every character or every enemy kind of slows down time, right? So, okay, that's a norm. During that time, Gin gains a 15% attack speed and a 25% movement speed for 4 seconds. Cooldown is 15 seconds. Gin gains 1 technique point for each perfect dodge. Now, just to let you guys know what that technique point is, it's very similar to how Urahara works. So obviously when you activate Urahara skills, he has those 2 technique points. So it's basically done in that similar fashion. But hold up, wait a minute. 15% attack speed and 25% movement speed for 4 seconds. That sounds very, very interesting. And there's a reason for that. Counter now. So when it comes to counter, Gin exploits the enemy, opening and counter attacks with Shinso, dealing 1450% of his attack. I believe that's max level, I believe. And applies 50 Impale points. Gin gains 2 technique points on successful counter attack. So the Impale points, there we go, they are making their presence known. I'm curious to see on what they're about. So 30 on the counter attack, so that's something to know. And you immediately get 2 technique points for countering. So that is something vital. Going now into the basic attack. So Gin will rapidly attack the enemy 5 times with Shinso, of course, dealing damage to 820% of his attack, and he applies 35 Impale points. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, they're points? Okay. Oh yeah, they are points. Okay, that's interesting. Gin also accumulates spiritual pressure if his attack hits the enemy. Yeah, that's standard. Ew, okay, I don't know if that's a wording or what's going on, because if it's points, I wouldn't say that's anything to do with damage over time. Okay, moving along. Hopefully his kit tells me. So, technique, Unleash Shinso. Alright, so Gin enters a charge mode consuming 2 technique points per charge to increase the technique's power. Ooh, okay. The skill will be released when all technique points are depleted. Gin is invincible during this period. Okay, so kind of build. Okay, that's standard. So, again, building up the points. I mean, the technique points, that is. So that's fine. Okay, going into Bunkai state, Fatal Blow quickly closes in on the enemy and performs several thrusts. Then activates the Bankai and unleashes a final attack much faster than his Shikai, and deals damage equal to 3,625% of his attack, and applies 50 Impale points. Okay, we're getting 50 and we're getting 30. What's going on here? Is it in his passive? What's going on? passive, 100 blade. Okay, Gin's attack deals damage to the enemy. When Impale points reach 100, here we go. Impale triggers once, dealing damage equal to 400% of Gin's attack to the target. So there it is. Interesting. Okay. So it's not a DOT play. It's more so of accumulating the points through his counterattack, his basic attack, his skills. Well, no, not his skills, his ultimate, because his skill doesn't apply any type of impale. It's more so on his basic attack and his counterattack and his ultimate, right? And then once you accumulate to the 100 mark, then the enemy takes 400% of Gin's attack. Oh wait, in correlation to the dodge, if you get that 15% attack speed, oh my god. It all makes sense. Okay, hold up. Gin actually might be something insane right now. Hold up. I kind of like this. With the exception of Gin's own attacks, special attacks, techniques, battlefield skills, ultimates, and counterattacks from allies also apply 10 impale points on the enemy. Wait, what? With the exception of Gin's own attacks, special attacks, techniques, battlefield skills, ultimates, and counterattacks from allies also apply 10 impale points. Oh my god, that is crazy. Oh my god. Okay. I did not see that coming. I thought, right, it's going to be from his kit, we apply the impale, and then of course we get that 400%. I'm eager to see on whether or not if we can increase that. But they've added in so that his allies can get in on it. Oh my god. Yeah, again, might be something insane. Oh my god, they might go crazy on his dupes too. Yo, okay. I'm seeing some crazy potential with this man. Are these dupes? No, these are bonus passives, my bad. I was going to say, what? Bonus passive. Okay, each time an impale is triggered, Gin has a 100% chance to gain 1 technique point. Wow, okay. Well, yeah, sure. Make it easier for us. I ain't complaining. Stealth. Bonus passive 2. When an ally's battlefield skill or technique hits an enemy, increases the damage dealt by impale by 60%. Wait, is that stackable? Wait a minute. Wait. I'm just trying to think of... Damn it, no. I was going to say Thrust only has 1 battlefield skill. It's not like something that we can build up. Still, though. Wait, could we not just go through the cycle, through the rotation, and build out that 60% per technique? So, battlefield skill is going to be once. Technique 1, 2, so that's what? 180? If we can push it to 180, okay, sure, yeah. But if it's just the base 60, then that... I mean, that's still good, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, if that's stackable, that's going to be crazy. And then passive 3, Abysmal Attraction, damage dealt by Impale goes up by 150. Okay, bro, this man's going to be insane. If this is his kit, and if this is what we're going off with, he sounds insane. Ikaku, get the hell out of it, boy. No, you're still good, you're still chilling. We love you. But from what it sounds like, this Impale points that we can stack up towards the enemy, it sounds pretty disgusting. And the fact that there's other means of kind of also applying it onto the enemy through your whole team, there might be some disgusting damage coming out from this man. And then and the damage consistency is always going to be there. That's also going to be something that's going to be huge. I'm eager to know on if the Impale is like a neutral damage, because if that is the case, non-mono thrust fights are going to be crazy with this character. I will say that. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Anyway, heading over to the League Gacha now. So now getting an idea of his full kit, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that kit is the kit. So his weapon card: when Impale is triggered a certain number of times, Gin gains the following buff. Triggered 1 time, Gin's technique deals 12.5 more damage for 15 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Christ on a butt. Okay, it's all making sense now. If you trigger it 2 times, then we get a crit increase of 15% for 20 seconds. And this is the weapon stamp at level 1. Dupes are going into this for sure. Triggered 3 times, Gin can actively counter once, dealing damage equal to 750% of his attack, inflicting 40 impale scales and gaining 2 technique points. Gin attacks inflicts impale scales at a 25% higher rate. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, that's crazy. And then his stamp card, this is at max, by the way. When Impale triggered a certain number of times, Gin gains the following buffs. Triggered 1. Wait, no, wait, what? Is that the same? Am I tripping? Oh no, wait, no, that's his max stat. Oh, that's level 1. Oh, my bad. Is this... Oh, no, stamp card is there, my bad. So, at max on his weapon card, The technique deals 25% more damage. The crit rate goes to 30%. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. 1500. And then Impale scales goes at a 50% higher rate. Inflict Impale scales at 50% higher rate. There we go. Oh my god, I'm struggling here. He's coming in as a crazy ass DPS right now, full thrust. Okay, what's the stamp card do? Increases ult damage by 75%. Every 1 technique point consumed increases the next ultimate crit damage by 10%, stacks up to 12 times. Oh Jesus, that's level 1. Wait, what does level 2 do? 150. Every time 1 technique point is consumed, increase the ultimate crit damage by 20%. Jesus Christ. They're literally just serving you a 240 on a platter. Hello? 240 on a platter with a 150 increase? Yo, that's a stamp card too, and you guys know how much of a pain stamp cards are going to be. So unfortunately, this isn't something that I can just kind of pay my way through, you know. Unfortunately, it's all RNG based, but hey ho, eventually we'll get there. So yeah, that's Gin in a nutshell. Let's just kind of wait until the full release happens. Well, not the full release, but you know, for the developers to drop his kit. If it is similar, then ladies and gentlemen, we are in for an absolute treat. We are in for an absolute treat. So it's going to be a tough one because he does sound like an amazing thrust character. But again, even with looking into his kit and seeing how crazy of a character that he is, and of course he does outbeat Ikaku on paper from what I'm seeing, it doesn't invalidate Ikaku to say that the thrust element is still good with him as the main DPS. Rangiku will be a free character, so there's your support. If you're still running with Orahara, then you're kind of chilling. Obviously, Tozen should already be built up because he is the overall battlefield user for the thrust element. So typically speaking, you can still utilize the thrust element without Gin. It's completely fine. But he just sounds pretty too crazy, and it kind of makes sense, you know. Of course, the developers aren't gonna release a half-assed character, you know. They're gonna release something that's insane, and obviously after him is Aizen, and if this is what Gin is capable of, whew, I'm expecting greatness from Aizen, let me tell you. But I am very, very like words kind of describe. This man is gonna be insane. I genuinely wasn't going to go crazy for Gin. I'm gonna be real. I was just going to get like a copy or so, or basically get his full kit, right? I wasn't planning on maxing him out and whatnot, because of course that's for Aizen. I'm definitely maxing out Aizen. But I wasn't going to go too crazy for Gin, but now I'm just like, yeah, I might have to invest a little bit into him, because I want to see that potential of that Impale on what we can do damage-wise, and the consistency to how we can constantly apply it, because it's got to be done at such a high rate. So I'm very much looking forward to him, boys. Bring him on. Bring him on. Developers, don't do us dirty. Release him. Don't switch up on us last minute. Because, you know, hey, they can if they want to. I'm just saying they can if they want to. But he sounds freaking insane. He sounds insane right now.